On Monday, December 8, 1941, a Japanese submarine was discovered here at Bellows Field Beach Park by U.S. Army soldiers.
Photographs taken by the Navy show exactly where the submarine came to rest. But how did a Japanese submarine end up here, on the opposite side of Oahu, 16 miles from Pearl Harbor? October 1941. With war looming, Japan is putting the final touches on its plan to attack and destroy Pearl Harbor. Although envisioned primarily as an air attack, Admiral Yamamoto decides to add another component to his plan: submarines.
So you have this pincer attack of air forces from the north and submarine forces from the south that would all come together at the exact same moment to carry out a devastating attack on the U.S. Pacific Fleet anchorage at Pearl Harbor.
Japan's sailors are all eager to take part in the attack, and a fierce rivalry exists between aviation units and sailors assigned to more conventional ships.
The Japanese air arm was going to get all the glory in the Pearl Harbor attack. Now, the surface fleet sailors were unhappy about this. They wanted to get in on the action. But they couldn't send battleships and cruisers and destroyers to Pearl Harbor, so the next best thing was to send in submarines.
Their weapon of choice is the Type A midget submarine.
It was 80 feet long. It carried 2 torpedoes and 2 crew members. It was carried on the back of a heavy-class submarine, I-class type submarine, and then brought near the target.
The midget submarines are given a very specific task for the attack on December 7th. After infiltrating the harbor, they will lie in wait on the harbor floor until they hear the attack overhead. That will be the signal to begin their attack. 6:30 a.m., December 7th. The cargo ship USS Antares is preparing to enter Pearl Harbor. Suddenly, their crew spots something trailing them in the distance.
They see what appears to be a submarine behind it, but nothing like they've seen before because it's small, and its conning tower sticking out of the water.
The Antares notifies a nearby destroyer, USS Ward, of the intruder's presence. Commanding the Ward is Lieutenant William Outerbridge, who races into action.
He orders the ship immediately to general quarters, increases the speed, and they close in on the sub. They fire the first gun. The shell passes right over the sub. The second one they fire, it hits the sub right between the hull and the con. It shudders and sinks. They close in and drop a depth charge.
In a strange twist of fate, it is the Americans, not the Japanese, who draw first blood on December 7th.
The first shots of the Pacific War have been fired by the United States in defense of Pearl Harbor.
Wasting no time, Outerbridge immediately notifies the base of what has just happened, radioing a message that they have attacked a submarine in the area. But incredibly, no action is taken.